All right, we are back on the Mana Symbol channel playing one of the absolute classic bangers. Almost the same list that I won a challenge with, Indomitable Creativity in 4 colors, playing the Serra's Emissary, Emrakul, the Aeons Torn version, Emrakul as it is known by a very small number of people. Uh, So we got a 4-color deck that's using Wrenn and Six, Teferi, a couple Jaces, and a Nahiri as a really powerful sort of planeswalker mid-range plan, as well as interactive support tools, Remand, Fire Ice, Prismatic Ending, Lightning Bolt. Hard Evidence in particular doesn't see a lot of play, neither does Prismari Command, but in this particular deck they provide fodder in multiple ways for Indomitable Creativity, which can allow us to flip either Serra's Emissary or Emrakul the Aeons Torn directly into play and win the game from there. I love playing this deck. I've loved various variations of this deck for a good long while, and let's just take it back out again. At the beginning of this trophy season, I had a little bit of an unfortunate run where I just played in 2 leagues of this where I went to 4-1 and decided my heart really wasn't in trophy racing, such as it is. That said, I was playing in the Showcase Challenge just last weekend. I was at a 4-0 record when I got disconnected by power outs that continued for the rest of the day. Up here in Canada, we often get tail ends of hurricanes or tornado weather. In this case, it was tornado weather, so that was affecting the power lines. But I don't know how deep in that tournament I was going to make. There was another 5 rounds of Swiss. Obviously, I could have just lost every single round from that point on. But when I register Indomitable Creativity for tournaments, it's very uncommon I don't have a good shot at top 16. So with a 4-0 record at that point, I was feeling pretty good on the day. Excellent opening hand. Let's go. Things are not aligned. Hold on. There we go. Good. Okay. Against Nevotic, who I might be on Blue-Red Murktide. Feel like I played against them semi-recently. So we're going to have to fetch the Ketria Triome first. Not normally how I like to sequence my lands, but that may be what we're up to here. So in order to be sure that I have the 4 lands that I need for my Indomitable Creativity, I'm very, very likely to play Wrenn and Six this turn, just pick up a land. If they want to kill it, they will need to either gain Delirium and Unholy Heat it, which at this point should not be very hard, or attack it with the Dragon's Rage Channeler and bolt it. I'm sure there are people, given the context of your hand, given the context of a given game, will tell me that this is a situation where I should definitely just play the Wrenn and Six and ping down the Dragon's Rage Channeler. But since I have another answer for it anyway, I just really want to get all my colors going. I think the right place to be here is play Wrenn and Six and pick up the land. Okay, this changes things a little bit. And that's important to do as well. I think it's worth pinging down the DRC now. Now that I have my requisite 4 lands, a lot of the time in this matchup, you want to make sure that you're ready, bang on turn 4 to jam Indomitable Creativity and just take the game. They can't really deal particularly well with either threat that it could pop out. So there's a lot of appeal in doing that as soon as possible. The rest of my hand is very functional here. Den of the Bugbear. This is not Murktide. This is not Murktide. This house is not a house. Okay. So now I gotta be more prepared for Blood Moon. But that's actually okay, because what we'll do here is we'll fetch the basic planes, shock Ragavan, and make myself a treasure. So if they play Blood Moon, I have the requisite 3 colors for Prismatic Ending here. if I don't, or if I draw Creativity literally this turn, we can actually do that. Sorry, let me make sure I got the right modes. Yeah. Because of the treasure. So doing just fine here. Hey, Radio John Murphy. It's nice. I get so many nice messages when I play Creativity. It's nice to be nice to the nice. Okay, Island, not the ideal draw, but the fact that my opponent played nothing post-combat means they probably have a bunch of like creature removal in hand, just like Unholy Heats and things of that nature, which they just don't have the ability to use, or a Blood Moon or two that they don't have enough mana. Yeah, Spikefield Hazard is another card that looks like they're playing. You love watching me play a Creativity? Well, that's very nice to hear. I mean, I don't need to play this. I don't need to not play this. Might be getting me a Dwarven Mine. Might be getting me... It is a fun deck. I just... It's the deck I like playing most for like more competitive events. So I just like... I don't like to get burned out on it before I have to go like... Before... what is the right way to say this? Like, I like playing it in challenges, and I'd like to continue like playing it in challenges. And... that means, you know, sometimes playing less leagues during the week so that when I do play it, that I'm not tilted by like running into like bad runs of luck and stuff by like having a bad run of luck during the week. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, JK Torborg, and it's just one of those things of like, it's like the Temur Living End deck. Like, just people just have a block on some of these decks. Yeah, Burn's a bad matchup, and it's like, I don't know, I guess it's somewhat present, but I don't even think Burn is all that present right now. So I can go Creativity X3 here. Or realistically, I can just go Creativity X2 here. If they have a single Burn spell to kill one of my dwarfs, it's fine. And then I have the ability to dig out with the treasure token. Or I could just burn everything. It's game one. We'll just burn everything here. I don't think they can possibly solve Emrakul, Serra's Emissary. We're gonna name instant. Yeah, Creativity has a lot of game against a lot of decks. It has a bad burn matchup, but even in the showcase challenge, I beat burn in round 1 or round 2 or wherever that was. I think it was round 1. Ooh, second Emissary? No. I was just making additional targets, Radio John Murphy, so if they remove one of my creatures, I just still go off. Because I had 2 creatures and a treasure token. I don't need 3 targets. 3 targets doesn't do anything, but they had mana open. They could bolt or heat or whatever they want to do. Okay, so this is a bit of a slower red deck. I don't love Wear Tear here, but I think I'll bring it in. It's probably better than I don't know, Remand or Fire Ice in a lot of cases. I'm like semi-tempted to bring in Shark Typhoon. I definitely don't need 2 Jaces here. Jace is not great. This is a matchup that used to feel a lot worse on different versions of the deck. We could probably cut the Serra's Emissary, actually. Second Shark Typhoon seems fine. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Like, I think if Burn was so ubiquitous that you felt like you wanted to, I would be totally fine playing the Archon version. I just don't. I'm just not in a spot where I feel like that's something I need to do. Like, I just do not. Lightning Helix is a little bit tempting just because they have a lot of small creatures, but we're already pretty overloaded against small creatures. Like, we've got 4 Prismatic Endings, 2 Lightning Bolts. I'm down to 3 Fire and Ice now, so maybe, you know, Remand has to be in a pretty specific spot to really help me at all. I was playing in the showcase qualifier, and I was 4-0 when my power went out, Stormlight Reaper. I said so in the deck tech of this, but yeah, I was in really, really good shape to make a deep run, but they might be more aggressive than I'm thinking. Were they on Obosh? I think they were on Obosh, right? Did we see any 2-drops? We didn't. Sorry, I'm just getting back into it. I think I like this setup fine. Hand's perfect, let's go. It's actually not perfect, but more than good enough. My opponent take a mulligan? They did. Okay, just the one. Ah. Playing Is It Charm? Yeah. Otherwise, your main deck is almost exactly the same. So you've swapped 1 Fire Ice for 1 Is It Charm. I mean, that's a fine choice. I don't think it's necessary, but it's not bad. The Mending. Oh, you grabbed that from the Vegas list. God, why I can never remember his name. Oh, it's you. Sorry. I'm such a tool. Steve Perlman. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, I was the first time I played Faithful Mending in Paper, I went to the finals that day, but I was very underwhelmed by it in multiple matchups. That's the reason I stopped playing it. Is I had been trying it for a while, and it just really underwhelmed. Yeah, the second Nahiri, the same thing. I tried the second Nahiri one time, and I was like, don't need to. You expected a ton of burn. Yeah, I don't know how much it helps. There's also other difficult matchups where it just doesn't help because it's just you're just adding a bunch of air into your deck, which is not. Oh, please play a spell here. I'm going to annihilate. All right, well, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Is there was like matchups like Murktide, which were not great, and I would draw 1 or 2. I was playing 2 Faithful Mending because I was like, well, if I want to do this, I think I want to do this in a way where I'm really going to notice. And I noticed. Boy, did I notice. It was bad. So 1 is like the maximum number. Oh, sorry, I didn't fire up the soundboard.
Double kill.
Got him. Regarding the second emissary, have you ever tested having a second emissary in the board? I haven't. I've seen Wambo combo do that. I haven't touched the deck in a while. Last time I was playing it, I felt there was a few matchups where I really wanted to name 2 things. Yep. I don't have enough reps with the deck to make an informed decision. It's a totally reasonable sideboard choice. I was never convinced that it was something that I wanted to do, but I 110%. Iona is an interesting choice because Iona against burn just locks out their spells. Period. Like they can't play anything except Path to Exile. So if you have Iona Emissary and you get to X2 them, you go instant, and then Iona names red. But I don't know about that. That's really loose. Like, yeah, and again, if you like against blue white or 4-color ephemerate, then you get to name. Do I want to fetch my? No, they're not going to blood moon me now, so I don't need to fetch my Sacred Foundry. And I boarded out the Emissary, so I doubly don't need to sacrifice. Wait, I'm just going to put an Emrakul into play next turn. Yeah, you can hit me and get whatever you want. Take whatever you want. Oh, unless they hit the Emrakul. All right, they didn't hit the Emrakul. Yeah, against 4-color ephemerate, that's another matchup where you really want to. Oh, right, they have the mana. So, well, let's see if they cast the Bolt. They probably won't. We're not going to jam Creativity this turn unless they tap out. They tapped out. Okay, we're going to jam Creativity this turn. 4-color ephemerate and blue-white control, you want the 2 emissaries. But here's the thing. In my mind, you don't want to board out the Emrakul because if they verdict you, all your creatures are in the graveyard and they can never come back now. So it's it's kind of a catch-22 with the two emissaries of like, there are some of the matchups where you want them, but yeah, you put in all three against Omnath. Well, and blue I control as well, I would assume. It's, I don't know. I just don't, I don't feel like it solved any problem that I ever felt like I had. Iona Emissary is a lock. Double Emissary doesn't protect. Yeah. Now, Iona Emissary is the lock, right? Because you name creature and white. Or blue, actually. Because both Teferi and Verdict are blue-white. So, at that point, if they're playing a Path to Exile, I guess they'd have an out, but they don't. They could be your own Wrath of... Come on, be serious. Be serious. White covers your bases better? Oh, white plus Planeswalker. I get that. Yeah, I'm not good at doing this stuff in the moment. I almost always do it wrong. I know my strengths. So here's my Emrakul. Gut shot? Gut shot? Gut shot. No gut shot. Jace blue. Oh, Jace is blue. You're right. There's usually a one of Jace. I think there should always be a one of Jace in blue-white control. Yeah, white Planeswalker. White on Iona, Planeswalker on Serra's should do it. That's where we need the pearls of wisdom from Steve. The man with the pearls. Yeah, but blue-white with Brazen Boar are like, okay. If you get caught by Brazen Boar, we're like, fucking whatever. And they're only bouncing one, right? And then, like, if they go Brazen Boar into Solitude, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you can play through it. 3 lightning bolts. Out of blue-white? It's not likely. Cryptic? They actually do play some number of cryptic commands now. Like 0 to 2, with like I don't know, like a weighted average being 1. They do play some number of cryptic from time to time. Oh, it's Bobat Courier. So once again, we're on my less favorite setup. We're gonna go Ketria Triome into Shock Sacred Foundry. For clarity, I haven't said it yet in this league. The reason that you want to go Raugrin Triome into Stomping Grounds is you are only playing 1 green card in your entire main deck. So leaving Sacred Foundry in your deck means that you can fetch an untapped white source without needing specifically Arid Mesa to get the planes. It is a very, very important just general lesson for this deck, is you really, 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 wherever possible, want to leave the Sacred Foundry in your deck and have the Raugrin Triome in play, just in case you need the untapped white off a non-Mesa fetch. Please do not Spell Pierce me. I would be very upsetty. Does it beat Drex like Tron or Amulet? In the challenge I won, I think I beat Amulet 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Twice in like round 5, 6, and once in the top 8. I don't think that is the average win rate against Titan. I think you have to play very tight and you have to be a little bit lucky. But yes, you can definitely beat Omelet. And then yeah, Tron is very, very difficult. Tron is just abysmal for this version of the deck. Tron is a very, very bad matchup. But I don't know if, Steve, if you had the same experience that I have had, even in paper. People will tell you this. Oh, it's paper. Oh, you're going to paper? Oh, you're playing paper. Here's what you need to do. You need to board up against Tron, and you need to board up against Burn, because they're just coming out of the woodwork. These Burn and Tron players, they've been sitting on their decks for months. You show up to the event, nobody registered Burn or Tron. Not nobody, but like the same number as you'd normally see online. And the reason why is that people moved with the times. Anyone who's willing to show up to a competitive event, this is paper. I'm talking about paper. Anyone who's willing to show up to most like competitive events is usually kept up with things, and they're playing something that's current. That has been my experience. My experience has been like by and large the people who are willing to show up at a competitive level event and like spend 30 or 50 or $100 on an entry, they're with it. They're not registering like 2019 pre-pandemic Burn or Tron. They're usually on something that's more modern, or they're making a very distinct decision. Yeah, there are niche players, like there's a couple of them floating around, but it's like nowhere near as many as people were like trying to tell me that I needed to be prepared for. The first paper event I went to was like, God, it was so many Murktide. So many. TBH, I feel like Amulet is great right now. I think it is. Yeah, I definitely changed my sideboard, Steve, to reflect a lot of your choices. Ice Wrenn or Wrenn ice their turn. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because like they're on Murktide or something similar to that. I do need to be worried about main deck Blood Moon right now. Oh, sorry, the 1777. 7777. I had to get the right number of sevens. If they Blood Moon me, though, I have enough stuff to just creativity. Hardcast, Force, and Charm. Yeah, alright. Let's go for it. It's a pretty high upside play, and Fire Ice is not normally very good in these matchups. It's fine. Yikes. I mean, Emissary is usually good enough against these decks. Just name instant. Oh. Fast clone. ¿Qué es esto? Ah. ¿Dónde el charm? CC. I'll grab Scalding Tarn, just in case they do Blood Moon me. I could theoretically grab an island in response. What I'll actually be grabbing is probably Dwarven Mine. I'll get the island now. That seems to have paid off. It really very much did. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get on the dwarf beatdown plan. I've got 3 creativities in my hand, so I'm just gonna start jamming them into their open mana. They cannot have infinite counters in their hand. We'll double target because I really don't have a reason not to. And yeah, we're just gonna start jamming creativities at them. Like snap counterspell, fine, and then they do the next one, fine, and then they do the next one, fine. But eventually, they are likely to run out while they're trying to deal with everything else. I know how busted this deck would be if we had Sylvan Library. We do. It's called Jace the Mind Sculptor. Right, exactly, J.K. Torborg. That's why this deck is good. The Planeswalker like mid-range plan is a huge part of this deck. I mean, it's gigantic. It's like so. Jace is insane. Wrenn and Six is insane. Like, it's every time someone says to me, it's like, oh, I want to play this deck, but budget considerations, I can't get the Wrenn and Six. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you because I've never honestly attempted to play Jeskai Creativity because I think it's by so many margins worse. Like it's so not close. It would be like saying like, oh, I'm playing Burn, but I can't get those Goblin Guides. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't. It's pretty integral to the whole thing. Eidolon of the Great Revel can't swing it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Wow. I haven't. Haha, toast. I've literally never done that. That is one achievement unlocked I haven't hit. So they're playing Grixism's version of of Blue Moon. All right, they have dealt with my Wrenn and Six, and it's exiled. It's never coming back. That said, we'll have a Serra's Emissary this turn, so that is fine. Should I tap their one? Sure, why not? Just make it nice and clean. I don't remember if Grix was playing a single main deck Force of Negation. Probably about to find out. Honestly, if they are, I don't think I'm going to be that upset. Hey, let's keep the guys with power, huh? And plays around Gutshot? Huh? Oh, we're definitely making them have it. I mean, they only have 2 cards in hand. If they didn't have it there, even if they did have it there, they were going to 0 cards in hand. Like, I'm pretty comfortable to play a top deck war against Blue Moon when they played one of their super giant haymakers already. Whew, good luck. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I think you'll get away with playing less than the full boat of Teferi because there's not a lot of people playing Cascade decks. That said, as soon as those come back, why name Instant, not Planeswalker? There's just a lot. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot more likelihood of Brazen Borrower out of these kind of decks than, like, I don't know, they're playing like 1 to 2 Jace and a Ral. Yeah, then there's Heat. It's pretty easy for them to kill it. Jaces are in the board? Not in Blue Moon. This is Blue Moon. This is not Murktide. At least I think so. Yeah. So I usually go down Bolts and some Fire Ice. Certainly we can go down some hard evidence in this matchup. Maybe just keep a Miser. And you can usually go down some endings, although against Blue Moon in particular, it's like a lot more controlling, I think. It's fine, Steve. I'm the one who needs to pay attention to the game. Like, chat is frequently wrong. Chat loves to be wrong. Chat loves to tell you nonsense things to do. Why don't you cast your 1-drop spell? Because there's a chalice. Oh, I didn't see it. I know. Veto. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Although, I don't know, the fact that they have Big Chandra is kind of intimidating. How's Shark Typhoon been for me? A++++. I never imagined how good it could be. People were suggesting it for many months before I ever tried it. Really? Yes, really. It specifically against Teferi decks. I mean, I don't. Maybe this is not a good matchup for it. But I think it is. It's nice to have something that when you're against a less aggressive deck, you can actually board out hard evidence and board in the Shark Typhoons. Yeah, I mean, I'm personally a huge fan of it, but uh, I respect your reluctance. I mean, I don't like two Flusterstorms. Yeah. No, it's fine. I have no problem with people having different, mindsets on these builds. I think play style is a big factor. This hand sucks against the turn 3 Blood Moon. But I'm gonna keep it anyway. The way I operate in general, Steve, is just like I want the controlling aspect of this deck to be as strong as possible. Current song is Camel by Camel, which is Sandy Martin. This is the instrumental version. There is a version with more lyrics, but I like this song a lot because it's kind of like Herbie Hancock's Rocket. Oh, who played it? Me. The answer is me. I played it. I'm the one. How's your experience with Blood Moon? I haven't had any issues with it. My buddy, who's extremely good, seems to be very afraid of it. There's just not a lot of Blood Moon happening right now. I like it a lot, Badagamoosh. It's like Rocket. It's just kind of like this like 80s synthesizer banger. Like I'm not gonna go watch the video. Because I just think this song is great. Like it makes me think of like the soundtrack of Commando. If you remember that, it's like it's kind of got this like 80s like synth feel, but like with a bunch of like steel drums in it for some reason. And this one is like that, but like with like an Egyptian. Like if there was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that took place in Egypt, I feel like this would be like this is what the opening credit song would sound like. I don't know, maybe that's incredibly specific, but it just makes me smile. I like things that make me smile. That's fine, Boosh. Like I'd never heard of it. I don't know what it is really. Like I've had enough vague description of it. I don't want to know. I don't care. Like I got introduced by the song, and then people were like, "Keck W the song," and I'm like, I went and listened to it on its own. I was like, "This is so good. It's really good." All right, let's get punchy. A long time, Steve, but you have a big advantage on me that you are a someone, and you know there will be people willing to throw you support. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. All right, so we only have the one island from here. Yeah. I was not expecting to get beat on that fight, but they had the perfect lineup. On the plus side, they don't seem to have any threats, so... Hey, Johnny Mnemonic. We never found a Scalding Tarn. Right, it sounds like a good song. Okay. I don't know about cooler. Definitely different. Okay, don't want to discard Emrakul right now, because that's going to increase the number of non-island cards in my deck. I just pitch one of these creativities. They've got an EE on 0. I don't need 2 of them right now. It's just an excellent composition. Playing a playset of Godzilla Yadaro and playing them in Lotus control because I can. Yadaro is a fun card. I love Yadaro. But yeah, Steve, if you can find like you, well, I mean, you know me, and I'm not a nobody. I'm like a D tier Magic E celebrity, so I'll definitely help you out if you start streaming, especially because let's burn one of these here. There's always people who want creativity content, and that's never been what I've been about. So solidly C tier. I lost so much weight though. I'm just like I lost the C's. I'm down to these little double A's. But no, there'd definitely be some like creative content, not necessarily creativity content. Yeah, that's Always been my go-to. We found a Scalding Tarn. Good, good. Just in time. Only 8 more lands? What, in the whole deck? Oh, to cast Emrakul? You consider drawing an island. I've actually been actively trying to do that the entire time. With all my might. Yeah, of course. Well, and Steve, if you suck, people will stop watching, so I don't really need to worry. But seriously, it's like it's a lot more about like persistence. One of the biggest things I would say about streaming is that if you can manage, well, that's if you can manage to do the challenges, at least one per weekend, and then any other stream you do, if you can swing like a 6-hour stream or an 8-hour stream, preferably, in the beginning, that will really help you get going sooner. But everyone has a different path. So maybe I need the full number of Flusterstorms here. It's got wrecked by Dispute. You pay people to raid you? I mean, I wouldn't do that. It's just, yeah. So buying viewers is a really silly way to go about things. Just, I'm aware people are memeing, but like, just for clarity. Well, connect with the communities. Like that's the real way to do it. Like find out where people are talking about decks, and you know, in the first year, which was last year, hard to tell. Yeah, I mean you're probably right, but I mean that kind of situation, I don't know if it, and we don't know that actually would have worked out, right? Like they're not going to just sit there and do nothing. So this is turn 2 Wrenn and Six, turn 3 Prismari Command. It's really good if we don't get spell pierced. Yeah, don't spell pierce or snare me. I think Grixism was actually running one of each. Co-stream with Amaranth. I thought Amaranth was de-platformed off of Twitch. I might be wrong. I thought that happened. Yeah, we have another one. All right, this is fine. We'll bottom it. No, I know she got suspended or something. What? I definitely hit bottom, right? Just we're all clear. I definitely hit bottom. All right, if they Blood Moon me, I deserve to lose for speaking badly about Blood Moon earlier. You hit top? Did I actually? Oh, it's Jen and I. Jen and I shit posting. Yeah, it's fine. Please subtlety me again. Oh, wait. Ah! All right, I'm not going to say oops. Sorry, I was just talking in chat and not paying enough attention. That is a disgustingly good draw to go with the Arid Mesas. All right, so should have had an extra land in my hand. Sorry, I was distracted by the top-bottom conversation. If I understand your terminology correctly, I'm a power top. No, they do, Shauna. They literally mooned us in one of the games. You can raid yourself from the mana hub. Bing, ding, bing, bing. He did the thing. He sang the song. Now they would moon. I mean, you don't know that they didn't have the other island in hand last turn. That's the draw. Everything's okay now. In this matchup, yeah, they should, Jen and I. Absolutely. In this matchup, they should Blood Moon with 0 islands out and 0 islands in hand. Because they should be playing 7 or 8 even. Yeah, exactly. Let's just clean up my draws. And let's do this. Okay, they could boot up Hall next turn, so we're going to leave back double dwarf token here. And just try to protect the queen on our Wrenn and Six. So their ways of dealing with Wrenn and Six are usually fairly expensive. Or, sorry, usually cheap. I think I'm going to remand this, that if they're looking for answers, I want them to have to spend the mana all over again to go for them. So it'll be closer to tapping out next turn if they're looking for Unholy Heat or Bolt or whatever. Yeah, I'm just explaining it, Steve. Like, I do my best to be like, here's why I'm doing this, because, you know, yeah, they had the fire, but, like, whatever. Like, okay, we'll get there next turn. I have enough mana to jam Jace and then Creativity, which is great. Most of us believe in you. Thanks, Jen and I, and thanks most of you. Yeah, just keep them spending resources on stuff. Oh, Wunderbar. I'm just going to go ahead and brainstorm. If they kill this immediately, I don't really care. The card selection is just worth that much to me. Okay. Like, seriously, if they have Bolt and they use it on Jace here, that's a win for me. So it did not go well, Shauna. We started off 1-3 and I ended up 1, or so we started off 1-2 on stream and I ended up 1-4. I did get squeezed out by nothing but top. Like, 3 of my losses were to Murktide, GDS, and Blue Moon. So I don't feel bad about those losses, but it felt really, really poor. The only thing we beat was 4 colors Saheeli Cat, which is not where you want to be. Yeah, they're just drawing desperately here. They ain't beating the Remblem? I don't think so. Another Fire Ice. Yeah, that's okay. I don't want to shock here. Has that Urza deck been playing out? Which one are you talking about? Because I've played a good number recently. The Hullbreaker one? Or the one I played in the challenge? I didn't like that version a large amount. It was fine, but I think the Hullbreaker version that I've got on my Stream Decker is better. Okay, well, let's see if we find, I don't know, Veil. Nope. I mean, Sharkum. Just slam Shark. We're not hard casting. It's not that I'm worried about a charm. I just feel like eating through more of their resources. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to close this out. They can't let this resolve. And they can't easily kill the treasure token. If they brought in a Braid, whatever. If they have a Brazen Borrower, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I just pass here. Shauna, I double bluff the Veil. No, that's why I stopped shocking Carrion Lich. That's why I'm staying at 9. But it's not easy for them to close me out here at all. Spreading Seas, eh? Very well. So let's go Triome. Let's make it 2/2 Shark. Good. There we go. That took a minute. Let's start Fate Sealing them. I got infinite cards and I got everything that I need. Fire Ice. I will not use that ability. You can keep the Fire Ice. They'll probably shuffle, but that's fine. Okay, combat. Go get him. Come on now. Get him, Sharky. Subtlety? I'm not worried about subtlety. They can't subtlety and Indomitable Creativity. There we go. Spaghetti. Hey, molto bene. Oh, I should have played my land. I forgot that I had the land drop. Just being goofy. All right. So I got Wrenn and Six about to ultimate. I got Jace the Mind Sculptor who started Fate Sealing you. Emrakul in play, and most dangerous of all, Dwarf Token. It resolves. Okay. ¿Qué es esto? Do you have outs here? Oh, I do wonder. Second Hall of the Storm Giants. Okay, very, very good. Okay. Oh, probably a Cryptic Command, right? I would buy them a turn. Wait, but I just Remblem. So they have to upkeep the Cryptic, yeah. But if they target anything, they're donezo. Well, no, they should just go tap your creature's draw. Okay. Yeah, well, unless you target with some other mode, right? Which would be an obvious misplay, but they could make the misplay. They thought they could snap ice Emrakul, they said in chat, but then they realized it doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work at all. But if that was their plan, they pretty much don't. No, I mean, I have 2 Gen and I'm just not counting on it. If it comes up, I'm aware it could happen. Just not counting on it. All right, I'll be right back. Cryptic Command getting blown out is one of the ultimate feel bads of Modern that you eventually learn. If you are a Cryptic Command player, you learn where you can afford to target and when you cannot. E6. Oh, that's me, Shauna. I did it. It's me again. Spike took the lead, by the way. That was a big moment today. All right, Wolf 2222. Yes. Es Lurito. I should lead on Wooded Foothills probably. I am aware of the reference, Jen and I, even though I've never watched JoJo. As with The Simpsons, there's just so many things I know from like random cultural. What do I usually call it? Osmosis, cultural osmosis. You just absorb this stuff. You rest. I'm not a cop. Crab people, crab people. It's actually a really good game one a lot of the time, especially with Teferi in hand. I'm not a cop. Oh, we're giving them business. Skibidi-bida-bop-bop-beep-it-up business. Did I lose my other Steam vents? I did. Okay. Important to know. Oh! Brutality. We lost the Stomping Ground too. All right. Sorry, I'll mute the G chat. Give me 1 second. There we go. Resolving the Teferi is too important, so we could get totally screwed out of having green mana by this play, but it's just too important to have Teferi to defend the Emrakul from getting surgicaled. It's this window. Oh, they Tasha's me. Yikes. No Emrakul. Fuck! Wow! That was really, really unlucky. This is like the ideal draw, and yeah, not gonna work. Brutal. Yeah. I mean, it happens to the best of us, and the worst of us, and me. Oh my god, brutal. Ugh. It's not usually this tough against I mean it's I wouldn't say easily at all, but it's possible. Yeah, I saw the Ninja Planeswalker. So we're just playing Nahiri here. It's not great, but and then hold up Remand. Yeah, I mean this whole game has been indicative of just like, yeah, sometimes Mill shows off the fact that it is in fact a tier 1 deck. I basically can't cast this, and yeah, that's a better card to have. I guess the second Teferi is pretty useless, but Wrenn and Six even more so. Sorry, now I can mute it. There we go. Yikes. Oh, did we lose the emissary? Yeah, we lost the emissary. All right, we can't win. Damn, I have not lost like that against Mill basically ever. Doesn't happen very often, but it can. Yeah, I mean, abs to everyone, right? I should probably keep that. So I like less endings, no hard evidence, less fire ice. Yeah, we'll probably take the next two. But I have lost a mill, just very infrequent. All right. Yeah, didn't miss anything. Yeah, yeah. Mill is like, oh, he Blossoming Calm. No, most of their stuff doesn't actually target. Yeah, usually Johnny Mnemonic, but Tasha's Hideous Laughter got real lucky. This feels not good enough. We're against Mill. This is better. Not much better, but better. Oh my god, what? Ah! Yep. This doesn't normally happen. Okay, well. I don't know why I skipped my first turn. I just got distracted by something. I'm really drifty today. Flex? Yeah. I mean, not really though. It's just stupid. I don't know. I've got nothing. It would have been really nice to be on the play here. Yep, of course. I need a Gatorade. Yeah, I went to the gym. I'm a little definitely a little bit like drained. It's been a weird couple of days. Definitely brain is other places. Little whoopsie. Sure. You got it. Quality surgical. By the grace of God, I think we'll be okay. What it says to me that they have a second surgical. I don't actually know if that's true. But okay. Yeah. Have a second surgical or they're nuts? Yeah, maybe. Extirpate. Oh! God, that's bullshit. What a game. They were just doing it to check my hand to see if they could get an 8 million for one, which they did. That, yeah, well, I mean, you can't beat a deck when they draw like that. Can't respond to that one. I couldn't even. I had no responses to that. Yeah, I mean they are a good mill player. I just like they've also had very very good draws to be able to do stuff like that. Like that's not a common potential occurrence. Yes, I can kill the crab, but I couldn't do it until this literal moment where it's suddenly not relevant. So, oh, you mean the other one? Yes. Oh my god, what a hand. It wasn't actually this many. We had 8, -8, so 13. Yeah, it's okay. The delay makes stuff weird. All right, we can still take this. Not likely, but we can. Yeah, I definitely want the. So we just need to draw creativity right now, and we're out of this. Unfortunately, they have their one of Oboro because their draw has been perfect. So, yeah. Shit. My God. Yeah. I mean, you just I usually get a lot, or I usually have a lot more of a reasonable draw against Mill. This has been abysmal. If we lost the Emissary, it's over. I didn't board it out. Oh my god. Oh, it's just Laris to hand. That's fine. Yeah. Time to pay the piper. Huh? Alright. Oh, I should use the... Well, not really. So if I go pro creature, I get 1 extra point through this turn, but we want to go pro instant. Protects me from... I should have left the green up. It protects me from Drown Lock. Which obviously they can't. Oh my god! I have a Wrenn and Six activation here, and it's going to ultimate. Okay, they gave me the window to undo this. They do get a second crab back, which is a little scary. Yeah, I've been playing like garbage this match. Generally speaking, I've been playing kind of poorly this league. I've been thinking well and then playing badly. I don't know what that means. Oh, for the... God damn it. What a draw. They were on 0 cards like a turn ago. All right. Just untilt. This is why I don't trophy race, though. It means I'm sleepy. I'm not sleepy. I'm definitely not sleepy at all. It's fine. I kept a hand that was like Wrenn and Six Teferi. They insanely punished that, but it wasn't a very good keep. It was fine. That's a fine keep. It's not what you need. Mill is an abomination that exists because commander players cry to. That's a take. Well, it certainly is for me, Stormlight, because the problem is I'm not just interacting with chat, I'm also trying to interact with the future humans, because a lot of my stuff I put up on YouTube, and I can't answer questions live there, so I have to think about like what people in the future would want besides the people in the present, besides the actual game. Why can't it target each opponent? They could have made it any number of target opponents. It is definitely a lot clunkier to read. Let's go fetch Shuck. Hard evidence. Let it be mill again. Show me the trap. Show me the trap, you nerd. No, Tasha's is just a feel bad card. Like that's the real problem with it. It's just like it's random. So it's like even your deck that has a pretty high curve, they could just hit like 18 lands in a row, which is like not likely, but it is annoying. Oh, we've got God. Of course, we found Burn. Brutal. All right. Well, we're not playing this Wrenn and Six. Of course, we found fucking Burn. Urian is a pretty decent hedge. Yeah, I mean, it's not a hedge. You can't hedge mill by playing Urian. I mean, you could hedge mill by choosing a Urian deck. We already played against Burn. It was mill. We played against Burn. We talked about this. It was mill. Oh, they have Searing Blaze, don't they? No? Okay. Okay. Good job, Crabs. Your mana base looks painful. Thanks. That's really helpful. That's just some good helpful commentary there. There's nothing like quality input. Or rummage? Yeah. Yeah. Gut shot. Oh. Yeah, what? But I'm not going to have the fetch lands in my graveyard. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I have won games against Mill on Urian decks, Shauna, by a margin of less than 20 cards. Not infrequently, right? Fucking Sarah's Emissary. Of course. Of course. God damn it. Of course. Ah. Yeah, we're dead. We're so dead. Yeah. I don't have anything. Just what? This is unreal. The next card is Emrakul. Yep. Yep. Remember my training? I have no idea what that means. Draw the card you need to draw. I've never been trained in that, which I think shows. You didn't teach me anything, Shauna. Yeah, he does look very cool. Kaito Shizuki. Kaito Shizuki. Oh, it's better to keep the fairies on the play. Mill into burn. Brutality. I do think the mill players are more consistent now than they used to be. There's definitely a generally higher level of play skill among the mill players that I run into. Easy mull. Acceptable keep. Not great, but I think it's fine. Maybe I don't need double ending. Could have kept the remand. Yeah. Yep. No problem, Yu-Gi-Oh. Well played. We got smashed by you. Usually Mill's a pretty okay matchup for this deck, but you were just fire. Game 2 was so savage. I have never been beat up that badly by Mill in a post board game. Never. That was exceptionally well played. Yep. Should probably just kill this now, right? In case of Boris. But I didn't draw a land. Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a beating. Yeah, it was tough. Brutal. Well, they don't have enough cards to kill me yet, which is a nice feeling. Of course. You're a huge fan of 3 Fairy in this matchup? I guess so. It's fine. I don't know. I've never been very convinced. Yikes. Stops Rift. I'm very aware that it stops Rift Bolt. I I that's really not enough to sell me on Teferi. It does not happen very often that you get to stop a Rift Bolt. And they can still hard cast it, so it's not like you're playing against Cascade. Hey, bye. I mean, deflecting palms really not. Is this playlist of Q? Huh? You're gonna need to use other words. This is my playlist on my iTunes. A playlist of mine on my iTunes. That's the draw. Yeah, like that one. Should work out really well. Yep. I'm always tempted here to name creature, but in this case, they could easily have enough burn to kill me. And you just basically always name instant. So I've gone and done the math several times. And the most important thing about naming instant is if they have deflecting palm, it will not deal damage to you. They will be able to like target it. It doesn't target. They will be able to cast it properly. But in before 2 lava spikes. I mean, it's possible. I feel like they would have spewed them faster than this. Yeah. Am I getting settled? What is happening? Sure. So, hold on. Yeah. No problem. I was like 100% sure I'd read this interaction correctly. I was just, you know, every now and then you get spooked. No, palm is definitely a thing that happens. Just doesn't matter. This interaction worked wrong. Oh, wait, what? No, this worked wrong. Yeah, that's broken. It shouldn't work this way. What should happen is the damage from Emrakul should get prevented. But they'll take the 7 from the Emissary. All right, whatever. It's just Magic Online being broken. That's a bug. That's a bug, is what that is. Like, it's a bug. It's broken. I hadn't encountered it before, but yeah. Keep and pray. Deflecting Palm has a very strange template. Don't know why. It's not required to. Nothing about that card says that it should be written so weirdly. Instant Jen and I. Specifically to play around Deflecting Palm. Sure. Yeah.
Make way for Willie! I said make way for Willie, you
Well,
gust bug!
I guess with only 1 mana, we can fetch a tap land next turn, play the tap Stomping Grounds the turn after. I'm still going to need to shock again. No, that's not... I mean, it's possible, Jen and I, yeah. I could look back in the log and see if they targeted something wrong or something. Playing this tap now is I think the best choice. Just pass. No, I mean I think it's probably just a bug. Yeah, I mean they couldn't win from there. One if they had 2 lands? I don't know. Thank you. No, if they had another land in their hand. Like, I'm not sure. Oh. Fetch Shock now doesn't save me any life. But it does keep them on one creature. I'll have the other creature to block. So I go to 9 here, or I go to 9 here. Perfect, yeah. And I want the white in case I draw Blossoming Calm. Although I can get white and then blue. I think white is the choice anyway. Helix on top? Thank you, deck. Fetch Shock to 4, name instant, pass. They can spike me to 1. Then we play Helix, go to 4. We're protected from Boris. Alright, just double checking. Or I could Helix this now, pass, get a tap land, play Dwarven Mine, and then Creativity. Oh, but I have the Emrakul in my hand. Yeah. So if they go land like Spike, and I already know they have one, we could die for this, but I'm not playing around that. Yeah, because we have to name instant in case they had path. Oh, they could have land Swift Spear Spike. Yeah, there's a bunch of outs that are possible. Yeah, second Goblin Guide would do it. Should have played around this, I guess, if I had thought out further. Yep. Yep. Can't be mad about that. Made the right choices. Died anyway. I mean, again, I could have gone slower on that one. So I would have been at 10 or 9? Maybe that was the right way to do it. I don't know. Yeah, they just had like so many cards in hand. It's like, I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen the other, but maybe the slow line was better. Hey, Mord. I have not been having the greatest of leagues with 4-color creativity. But that's okay. The deck is certainly not perfect, and Burn is and always has been a bad matchup. Have you seen the Kamigawa lands? No. I have seen nothing. I've been streaming. Okay, keep. Looks like another Legends set? What do you mean by that? I don't even know what Legends lands look like. Oh, legend focused. Got it. Wait, what? Whoa. When people said Kamigawa lands, do they mean not basic lands? Are there legendary lands in the set? You meant basic. That's what I thought you meant, Mord. Basic and shit. There's shocks? Oh, the infinity. I don't care. We've already seen those. Opponent said, spare me and my meme deck. They've mulled to 6. With channel? What is channels discard? Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be cool, Mort. Yeah, no, I know the one you're talking about. That would be cool. I'd be into that. There was the ghost lit something. There was some kami. There was a whole cycle of 5, and then there were other cards that had channel. Like Needle Thrasher or something like that. Sky Thrasher. There was one that was like a really little hurricane. Más pequeño. Más is more, right? Yeah, más is more. But it might be right in Spanish to say more small. Yeah, the new Planeswalker looks great. I'm super hype on it. Pox me, baby. Goif? I could just Teferi this. Yeah. We're against black-white? Yeah, we're just going to Teferi bounce that. Okay, opponent. You can have that. It's adorable. Futures now, old man. Opponent's on Abzan Urian. Good lord. They're going to have a great league. I guess I'd be one card deeper into my deck if I had gone Remand into Teferi activation next turn. Yeah, maybe Radio John Murphy, because they did say they were on a meme deck, right? The passive? I thought it was a cooler passive. I thought it was Ragavan. So, I was excited about Spike's Affinity Reanimator deck when he said it was inspired by me and Doom. But then I realized after watching him play it and looking at the deck carefully, he doesn't watch enough of me or Doom to know how to build these decks, and I think it's really bad. Missing the land here is bad. I think we'll just exile this. I guess I can do it at instant speed. I don't really have a reason not to. All right. It's funny when 24 lands is just not good enough in Modern. 24 lands, that's plenty. Nah. Shoot. And do you play FM right? You're not. Yeah, exactly, Mord. Play 21 and 3 copies of Expressive Iteration. You'll always draw exactly the right number of lands. "24 is enough, Stormlight. It's just like sometimes you just get got. Like sometimes the game just doesn't want you to win. Oh, they've got to be on Shadow, right? With how much they've been shocking themselves down. And I've seen people go down to 23 lands or 22 lands in this deck, and they always go back up to 24. 24 is right. It's exactly the right amount. It just Magic is a bitch sometimes. Like it just gives you the business. Yeah, shit happens. Sometimes. Hey man, every matchup's a 50-50. Either you win or you lose. There's just two sides to it, you know? Having a hard time attacking my Teferi. Has Bench Summer been drinking? Doing some drinking there, sir? If you ain't first, you're last. Well, I was probably high when I said that. I based my entire life on that. God, I love that movie. I ain't gonna be second fiddle to you anymore, Ricky Bobby. I got my own persona. Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights. Really? Okay. Maybe they just didn't draw their abundant growth this game. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Old naked noodly boy. That's how I like my noodles. Buck naked. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and 50-50 spin on the creativity this turn because Abzan could be playing Dam. And that can kill Emrakul and Emissary no matter what you do. So we're just going to go ahead and see if we spin into the Emrakul and steal a game now. And if we don't, that's fine. Okay, they're going to go Rallier into Yorion. That's fine. Like your noodles with Parmesan? Do like my Parmesan. Rallier's Bay? Yeah! They're gonna flicker the Rallier board. Are you excited? Does this excite you? Let's go! If only their deck was good, I know. I wonder how many Abundant Growths they're playing. Got him. Alright. Hey, Gargamel. So Veil, probably. I don't. I cut one Hard Evidence. Oh, Shark Typhoon's a good get here. It's really good in the Enigmatic Incarnation deck. K Bird Smash. Really, really good in Enigmatic Incarnation. I agree that in general, Renegade Rallier is not good enough for Modern, which makes me sad to say, but I think it's true. But it's definitely real good in Enigmatic. They could be playing Solitude. I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume they're not. That's just that we live here now. Wonder if they're playing Greased? Greased could be a reason to keep Emissary. Yeah, it's not like a big risk. Modern is the best card in Enigmatic. That's fair. Modern is the best card in Enigmatic. Maybe I want Rest in Peace. Maybe all they have is Tarmogoyf. We'll see this game. If I knew I was boarding against Jund, I'd bring in the Rest in Peace. But unlike Shark Typhoon, I'm boarding it in for a similar reason. Because like Jund usually can never remove a Shark Typhoon. Mord. I beat them on team returns when I was playing that league, and I have no idea how that happened. Like, none. It's like a fever dream. I thought I was going to get smushed. What does Enigmatic Incarnation do? You don't have to delete your deck? Have you tried 4 hard events? No, not recently. We might play Velomaka's turns after this. I'll take a poll. We've got Bant Ephemerate, Team of Reclamation, and Velomaka's turns. How do you make powerful plays with Incarnation? It's free. It's free real estate. But if you go check out my YouTube, there's a recent Enigmatic Incarnations deck, and that I played, which is Mord's 5-0 list, and I mean, basically, it's just a mana engine that is also a tutor engine. Like, you play enchantments, and then you sacrifice them, and you get creatures that cost 1 more than that, and it's super powerful. Like, it's so complicated. Just like, you sack an Omen of the Seas, you get a Renegade Rally, you bring back the Omen of the Seas. Sick. Like, actually, though, it costs 4 mana. Yeah. And yeah. What doesn't in Modern? Like, obviously, but like, for non-Luris decks, it's not a problem. It's your Urian deck also, so it's like, okay. What was I talking about it was in Freaks chat? I was talking about the person in Wafo's chat who was like, oh, Blue Moon can't be good. It fails. It doesn't tick any of the check marks of good modern deck building. You know? Well, okay, but by that description, K-Bird Smash, then Enigmatic Incarnation can cost like 2, 1. Well, no, more, because you don't normally... Yeah, Rallier and Omen. So, yeah, it costs -1. You get 5 mana of value. So, yeah, there you go. By your same metric, Enigmatic Incarnation can cost negative mana. All right. Is 5 color more creative than 4? Technically, yes. Well, no, the point, Vija, is that they came up with these like really arbitrary rules. They were like, it doesn't have a companion, and it doesn't exploit the broken threats from Modern Horizons 2, and this and that, and it's like, that's not how deck building works. I mean, granted, most of the really successful decks right now do actually fulfill those criteria, but that's not a requirement. Yawgmoth's a good example. No companion. Very few Modern Horizons 2 cards in the main deck. It was like, exploit the broken threats of MH2, have a companion. There was some other stuff, but it was nonsense. That was the point. It's like, there's plenty of decks that Gris is the only one, but it's not a threat. I mean, technically. And then we ended up having this discussion. How do you define threat? Yeah, except you do that every single turn, K-Bird Smash, for free. Go watch the league. It's a great deck. Is it top tier on the same level as everything else? I don't know. There's not a lot of people playing it, so it's hard to say. It's free real estate, baby. There's a pool in the back. I did board out a lightning bolt. All right, that was a mistake. I didn't realize their deck would have these cards in their 80 card deck. You can be skeptical all you want. Go watch it. Maybe there's a reason a lot of people aren't playing the deck, right? Like, is it from a show? I thought it was just a YouTube video. I mean, I don't even know what it is. Tim and Eric's awesome show, which looks like a YouTube video. All right. No, I'm not Steve's Train. I don't even know what it is. I like the one thing I've seen from it so far. Does that mean anything? No, I get it. Someone else mentioned. All right, we got griefed. Oh, it's no problem, K-Bird Smash. It is a complicated game, too. Like, 100%. I didn't like anything of Eric Andre I ever saw. Zero. Nothing I ever saw of Eric Andre appealed to me in any way. Don't ask me why. I can't tell you. Love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Didn't like Eric Andre. Can't tell you why. Not that those things have anything to do with each other. Why? I don't know. I've never saw anything of it that I enjoyed. I only saw like a couple little random clips. I never sat down and watched a single episode. I've never had anyone tell me to watch a single episode. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, we definitely want the rest in pieces after that game. Do I know it to be true, Vija? I mean, Ragavan is really unfun to be on the receiving end of. Like, but not busted. I mean, it is kind of busted for just being like so easy to run, but like lots of stuff is busted. That's the thing. Lots of stuff in this format is busted. Or if you want to, lots of stuff in this format is at the maximum power level that this format can sustain. I just don't like Yawgmoth Seas Train. I know Yawgmoth has a great matchup against yeah, the really annoying thing about Ragavan is the randomness. Like, when it hits a Mishra's Bauble, it's just free. It's just a free card draw. Yeah, it's not likely to draw a card, but, like, the worst feel-bads in the world are when they, like, have two treasures and they hit your Jace, and it's like, wow, this is just dumb. Yeah, it's unfun because it's random. And just how random it is. The ceiling is obscene. Yeah, I don't like creature combo decks in general, Stormlight. Or Steve. So that's where I'm at. I respect the hell out of Yogg. It's a hell of a deck. Very, very good. Ragavan into an Ancestral Recall. That does sound fun. My opponent did mold a 5 this game. I know, Pi. I know. Well, one of the annoying things is, like, a lot of decks I like to play just are bad against Ragavan decks. Like, anything with Emry is even worse than ever because a lot of the Ragavan decks play Bauble, and then they get to take your Emry and crush you with it. And that is not fun. Yeah, I mean, this is the modern stream more, and I know through the grapevine that people are not happy about Ragavan and Legacy, but I've never experienced it. All the Modern Horizon 2 powerhouses are equally busted when compared to pre-Modern Horizon 2, but altogether it's just a new power level for the format. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, we want to use this. I don't want to rummage cards into the Voidwalker. So we'll just do this. Just make myself a treasure. Ignoble greater than Iggy. I've never seen anyone call it Iggy, if that matters to anyone. Yeah, I like the new modern. I also like that it's in balance. Like, one of the things is, like, my first suggestion, quote unquote, or feeling about what should be banned is Luris. But I don't actually think it should happen, and one of the reasons is I don't know what would happen to the format. Because maybe then it would get completely dominated by Urian. Seeing people complain about Prismatic Ending. I mean, you've complained about Prismatic Ending, Mord. You have complained about Prismatic Ending. I've seen you do it. Maybe it wasn't like a complaint, but like you've definitely had your gripes with. No, I get it, Mort. I get it. Like you have a more nuanced take. Like you're just like it has invalidated. Yeah. But the power level of power level of Prismatic Ending is not anything special. Who's complaining that ending's unfair? Lots of people who think that it just blanket invalidates too many different card types. And like the truth of the matter is, like, yeah, it does give the some decks like really good answers to all these card types, but it's not good against everything. Yeah, it is a very, very well balanced card. It is very well designed. Yeah, Aether Vial is like a really random. Wow, we've drawn all 4 Teferis. Aether Vial is a really random victim of the current. I just don't believe that, Harry the Lizard Wizard. I think if you own one deck in paper, you can afford to update it because you've barely had to update it for many years. Like, I understand that Magic is an expensive hobby, but it's nowhere near as expensive as a lot of other hobbies. Have you ever tried to do like an organized sport that requires any equipment, like hockey? Do you know how much hockey equipment costs? Like, I know things like soccer are really cheap, football, but yeah, skiing, snowboarding, those are crazy expensive. Like, I. The thing is, like, right now, the cost of modern is just blanket higher. Okay, fact, sure, absolutely, than it was before. But at the same time, like previous to Modern Horizons, once you bought into the format, you didn't need to spend any money to update stuff for the most part. And yeah, we're in a different place now. But we're in a different place now. We're just in a different place now. And I think the format is the best it's been in a long time. So in my mind, it's kind of like worth it. Yeah, there's like 16 highly, highly viable archetypes. That's exactly how I feel about it, Steve. If
Compadres,
your deck
it
has
is imperative
like
that we crush the freedom fighters before the
game
start
plan
of the
that
rainy
plays
season.
to the
And
rules
remember,
of Modern,
a shiny
you can spike a tournament.
for whoever brings me the head of
They
Colonel
have
Montoya.
removed 4 Teferis this game. I thought for sure by now they would have run out of answers, so I didn't downtick. Usually I downtick Teferis right away, but they're not playing any threats. but they had 4 removal spells that killed a Teferi. Sorry, 3 removal spells and a Thoughtseize. That is insane. I have never had this happen before. Luckily, they're gonna lose. The format doesn't make Wizards any money. It's not gonna be around forever. It's not gonna be supported. I don't think Legacy's going anywhere anytime soon. Legacy players and vintage players are a very passionate bunch, and they're gonna keep like following new sets. They just don't support those formats, which I don't think is a good thing. I don't like it, but like not supporting the formats and the formats disappearing is just not true. Yeah, I mean, that's also true, Steve, but like not pushing 1 damage off Wrenn is a punt. I don't think you understand my deck, this matchup, or the game that's happening well enough then. Or maybe I don't. I'm pretty sure you're wrong, though. Pretty sure going for the Wrenn ultimate is just the best thing you can do basically all the time. The thing is, it's just so likely that, yeah, if they do literally nothing, I just feel like it's fairly likely that they have an absolute shit ton of removal. Yeah, like I don't I don't know, I'm just not worried. I didn't even put the extra dwarf into play. You know why? Because I don't want to like get blown out by like them wrathing me and then me going, "Oh, I drew a creativity and I don't have a target anymore." I mean, I have my treasure token still, but like there's just no reason to be silly here. There's just no reason to be silly here. Yeah, you're dead. We can't lose by playing cowardly. Well, that's not how I chose to say it, Mord. I thought I bravely ran away, as with Brave Sir Robin. There we go. All right, so Indomitable Creativity, lost to Burn, lost to Mill. Mill is not normally that bad of a matchup, although you certainly can lose it. And maybe the end of game 3, I missequenced or I misread the last couple turns, and I should have thought on it more and played it out differently. We very much still could have lost with me playing it differently, but food for thought. Deck's still great. I like the updates I've made to my sideboard based on Steve Perlman's win, or final placement at Vegas. And yeah, big fan of this whole archetype, most of the changes to my sideboard, and yeah, love playing this from time to time. If you are in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos you're interested in, and